They dragged her across the asphalt in handcuffs as flashing lights washed her face in red and blue. Officers shouted over each other, the crowd whispering, impersonating a seal. What was she thinking? But the girl kept her chin high, steady, defiant. Until the general himself stepped out of the transport truck, his eyes locked onto the object slipping from her sleeve, a small, battered token no civilian should ever possess. He froze, breath-catching, because only operators, real ones, carried that. Rain hammered the ground in fat, cold drops as Lena Ward sprinted through the alley, boots splashing in deep puddles. She wasn't running from guilt. She was running from confusion, from the tension in her chest that had followed her for months. She had done everything right, kept her head down, but tried to stay invisible, but tonight fate seemed intent on dragging her into the light. She had been leaving the veterans' shelter when two MPs approached, their hands already hovering over their holsters. "Ma'am, we need to ask you some questions," one said, tone too cautious, too rehearsed. She barely had time to respond before another stepped forward, identifying badges glinting beneath the street lamps. "Lena Ward, you are under arrest for impersonating a Navy SEAL." Her breath left her chest in a sharp, cold burst. Impersonating. She hadn't even spoken to anyone all day. She opened her mouth to protest, to explain, but the moment she reached for her bag, 4 rifles snapped toward her. They didn't want answers. They wanted compliance. Neighbors peeked from windows as she was escorted to the street. Someone whispered, "I knew she was lying about her service. Look at her gear. Too expensive for someone claiming she's retired." Lena felt the accusation like a blade. She had never bragged about her past. She had never wanted anyone to know. But her quiet existence, her strange habits, the way she scanned rooftops before crossing a street, the scar running along her ribs, the instinctive left shoulder roll she used when avoiding sudden movements, had fueled rumors she couldn't control. As they pushed her into the back of a military transport, she whispered, "You've got the wrong person." One MP scoffed. "Funny. They all say that." But deep down, Lena wasn't afraid of the accusations. She feared something else. The truth buried inside her memory, the truth she had spent years trying to forget. The convoy rolled through the rain, sirens blaring, as her fingers trembled against the metal cuffs. She felt something slip from her sleeve and clink softly against the floor. A small, round token with edges worn by years of grasping hands, a challenge coin, blackened with age. She tried to slide her boot over it, but it was too late. The general saw it the moment the transport door opened, and everything changed. General Marcus Hale was not a man easily shaken. 25 years of command had carved his face into a map of discipline, his eyes unreadable even under fire. But when he saw the coin between Lena's boots, his jaw clenched, and the rain suddenly seemed too loud. He leaned down slowly, almost reverently, and picked it up. The MPs exchanged confused glances. They had expected him to bark orders, not stare at a simple piece of metal like it was a ghost. "Where did you get this?" Hale asked, voice low. Lena's gaze fell to the wet ground. "It was given to me." "By whom?" She didn't answer. She couldn't. The memory of that night, the night everything had gone wrong, flashed behind her eyes like lightning. The screams, the explosion, the darkness, the hand pressing the coin into hers with a final, trembling breath. Hale turned the coin over in his palm. His expression hardened. "This isn't a souvenir," he said to the MPs. "This is a level, black operator coin, issued only to members of Operation Silent Rift." The MPs stiffened. Everyone in the Special Forces community knew the rumor Silent Rift wasn't on paper. It didn't exist, except in the classified memories of a few. "Sir," one MP stammered, "records show she never served." "She's a civilian. Records can be wrong." Hale's voice dropped to a razor edge. "And nobody forges this coin." Thunder cracked overhead as he stepped toward Lena. "Who are you?" he demanded. Lena lifted her eyes. They were tired, haunted, but steady with the kind of steadiness you only found in people who had survived hell. "You won't believe me," she whispered. "Try me." She swallowed hard. "I was part of Silent Rift, the part that was erased." The MPs exchanged looks of disbelief, ready to dismiss her words as delusion, until Hale spoke. "Operator Ward," he said quietly. "If that's true, then you're not under arrest. You're being rescued." The words hit her like a punch. For the first time in years, her breath trembled with something she hadn't felt since she lost her team Hope. Hale gestured to the MPs. "Release her." Now, as the cuffs clicked open, Lena rubbed her wrists, feeling the weight of both freedom and fear. She wasn't ready for the memories that would return. She wasn't ready to explain why she disappeared, or how she survived. But she had no choice anymore. Hale placed the coin back into her hand. "We thought you were dead." "A lot of people did." Lena closed her fingers around the token, its familiar edges digging into her palm. "Some days," she said softly, "so did I." And in that moment, Hale realized something that made his pulse spike. If Lena Ward was alive, then the enemy who tried to erase her might be coming back too.